All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're looking at a franchise that's sitting in that perfect sweet spot where a massive market need meets a really powerful mission. We're talking about A Place at Home, a business where service truly meets scale.
So let's start with a number that should really get your attention. 10,000. That's how many Americans turn 65 every single day. This isn't some trend that's way off in the future. It's happening right now, and it's creating an absolutely enormous opportunity.
That daily number, that 10,000 a day, that's what we call a massive market need. You've probably heard the term silver tsunami, right? Well, it's not on its way. It's already here, and it represents one of the biggest demands for services that we are going to see in our lifetime. So, the big question is, where do all of these seniors actually want to live? I mean, the data couldn't be clearer. A staggering 90% want to age in place. They want to stay right in their own homes, the place they know and love. And that one preference? That creates a very specific and very powerful demand for in-home care.
This is where A Place at Home gets really smart. They didn't just build another standard run-of-the-mill home care agency. They built a more complete model designed to meet this exact demand. They call it the continuum of care, and frankly, it's what makes them a total game changer in this space.
So, what is this continuum of care? Well, it's built on 4 distinct but interconnected service lines. Now, for the family, this means they get a total seamless solution. But for you, as a potential owner, this is huge. It means you've got 4 different ways to generate revenue, all from one single business model. Okay, first up is the foundation, the real core of the business, in-home senior care. This is what you typically think of, right? It's everything from simple companionship and helping out around the house, all the way to more specialized care for folks dealing with conditions like dementia. The goal is simple: keep people living safely and comfortably in their own homes. Next up, there's care coordination. I want you to think of this as being a kind of concierge for the family through the aging process. You become the expert who helps them figure out all the complicated stuff, like what to do after a hospital stay, managing all the different medications, and just navigating the entire healthcare maze. It's an absolutely invaluable layer of support. And this is where that continuum idea really shows its power. Look, sometimes staying at home just isn't the best or safest option anymore. But with this model, your relationship with the family doesn't just end. Nope. You actually help them find the next right place to call home, like a senior living community. You stay with them through the entire journey. And the last piece of the puzzle is staffing solutions. Now, this is a brilliant business-to-business play. You take your team of amazing, well-trained caregivers, and you provide them to other senior living facilities in your area to fill their open shifts. It's a fantastic way to maximize your resources and open up a whole new channel for revenue. Okay, so you're probably thinking, 4 businesses in one? How on earth does a new owner manage all of that? And that's a totally fair question. The answer is, they have a proven blueprint for success. This is where we get into the systems. And you need to remember this: buyers don't pay for hustle. They pay for systems. At the very heart of that blueprint is their proprietary system called CareTrack. This is not just some welcome packet they send you. It's a full-on 5-stage development program that acts as a detailed roadmap. It literally takes you by the hand from day one and shows you exactly how to grow into a scaled professional business owner. And here are the 5 stages. It's a really clear, logical path. You start with discovery, making sure it's a great fit for both you and them. Then you move into an intensive launch and training phase, then ongoing coaching to drive growth, then building momentum, and finally scaling up to what they call Care Pro status. It's a very deliberate step-by-step process. And look, this isn't just some marketing slogan. This is what an actual new owner, Chris Adams, had to say just 5 months into his journey. He said the team has been with him, quote, all the way, with support and knowledge. That's the kind of real-world proof you want to see. It shows they're actually in the trenches with you. All right, let's talk brass tacks. You can have the best model and the best mission in the world, but at the end of the day, the numbers have to make sense. So let's dive into the investment and, more importantly, the potential return. Take a look at this comparison, because it's pretty powerful. The total initial investment to get started is somewhere between, let's call it $84,000 and $149,000. Now, what does that investment get you? Well, the average gross revenue for a mature unit is over $1.5 million. That's a pretty compelling ratio right there. Now, this is something you don't see every day, and it's a really big deal. They have what's called a de-escalating royalty structure. So what does that mean?
It means as you make more money, your royalty rate, the percentage you pay to the franchisor, actually goes down. This tells you everything you need to know. They are truly invested in your success. They want you to win, and they let you keep more of it when you do. So if this is starting to sound interesting, here's what you need to have in place financially. We're looking at a minimum of $50,000 in liquid capital and a minimum net worth of $250,000. And they also give some really solid advice. Have about 8 months of living expenses set aside. That just gives you the runway you need to get this thing off the ground without any unnecessary stress. Okay, we've talked about the systems, we've talked about the numbers, but with a business like this, there has to be something more. And there is. It's the philosophy that drives the entire organization. This isn't just about revenue, it really is a mission. And they call it the We Are Care philosophy. And CARE isn't just a word, it's an acronym that stands for their core values: compassionate, accountable, respectful, and ethical. And trust me, this isn't some poster they just hang on the wall. It's the non-negotiable standard they hold everyone to, from the franchisee to the caregiver. It's the very bedrock of their entire culture. And the company is really upfront about this. They say the ideal owner isn't just a good business person, they're someone with a genuine passion to help others. And a lot of times that comes from a personal experience, maybe with their own parents or grandparents. It's all about making sure your personal values line up with the business mission. So, after looking at all of this, the massive market, the smart business model, the strong support, and the powerful mission-driven culture, it all really comes down to one final question, and it's the only one that truly matters. Does this mission align with your next move?